Snazzy lights. Snazzy, is that a word? Yeah, thank you. He's gonna say no, so I'm not gonna listen to him.
Chandeliers.
Morning, guys. If we've been here before, I didn't notice the lights. Quit yelling at me in front of my friends.
Good morning.
Morning. How are y'all? How's it going? So, any, he's right next
Everybody's
to me.
like, woo! Some of us are maybe
He's so
doing a little
soft.
better this morning than others. I'm gonna take it off.
Just an excuse to touch it. Any first timers? So none. Got it. Welcome to our awesome wacky family. A lot has happened since we last saw you. Yeah. I have yet another reason to.
Talking about personally or on the show?
Shh. I think probably both. But yeah, personally, I have to say thank you guys. Thanks for all the love. Thank you guys. It's exciting to share with y'all. And on the show as well. How did y'all did y'all see the shaving people punting? There's another one coming out. We just did, so we're not at liberty to say, but we actually just did something 2 days ago. We did something 2 days ago that is actually for season 13. And that's as much as I'm allowed to say right now. But Phil Segrisha, our producer, editor, writer, extraordinaire.
Wait, what?
Shush. You were there. You talked. Was it not you?
Was I just physically there?
Was it Nesnej?
It may have been.
It may have been Nesnej.
Could have been.
So Jensen's alter ego is named Nesnej because it's Jensen backwards. So one too many whiskeys, he turns into Nesnej. I like Nesnej.
He's fun.
So but Phil was there. He showed us. When is it going to come out? Today.
I emailed him just now and said, hey, send it over so we can play it for you guys this afternoon. Quite possibly the funniest piece of supernatural editing.
Yeah. I think
stuff in history.
For me, it's my favorite that they put together. How are y'all liking the season so far? How's it shaping up? It's fun. It's always a little bit nerve-wracking to go like, okay, well, we're 200 episodes into it, so as long as y'all are still enjoying it, then that's kind of what matters. Well, before he just talks through the whole morning, anybody have a question? Right there. Oh, don't look around.
I want to make sure. So my question's for Jensen.
Oh.
Sorry.
Jensen or Nesnej?
So yesterday Rachel was here, and got me thinking. So if Meg had still been on the show when Dean was a demon, how do you think their relationship would have been?
Rawr.
Yes, a lot like a zoo animal.
Is she not, I know this for him, is she not the most amazing person? You see her and you're like, I just wanna, yeah.
I don't know. That is a good question. I think there's several characters that would have been interesting to pair that incarnation of Dean.
Do it up.
But I think they would have either enjoyed each other's company and spent a lot of time together, or would have been horrible together and bickered, and would have been like War of the Roses, demon style. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right, choose a question for me.
Yes, right here, in the front.
Actually, it's going to sound like a Dean question, but it's going to also be for Sam. So
Done.
Okay.
Gilmore Girls, Dean?
Nobody cares about that, Dean.
I'm actually seeing Gilmore Girls, so sorry.
I feel you.
You know I've been Lucifer before, right? I can totally do the hand thing.
I still love you though.
Love you back.
So I saw a panel with Brock Kelly, who of course played Teenage Dean in season 4, and he had said that you gave him some advice, Jensen, that Dean sort of pictures himself as a UFC fighter. And since that's what he said in the panel, and so I'm just wondering, as time has progressed.
I was part of. Actually, I was there.
You were there? Okay.
It was in Birmingham, and Jensen was like, "Brock's a nice guy," and Jensen's like, "Listen, Dean always sucks in his cheeks." And Jensen, his legs are actually like this, but he's like, Dean is always bow-legged.
You can't rim shot your own jokes.
Yes, I can.
Well, you're gonna have to, because no one else would do it.
That was a good one.
Thanks. I don't necessarily remember. Okay. All right. So
Paddle like you won't stop talking. So I didn't get my
Continue.
question.
So,
what's the question?
the question is, since that time, obviously we've been through, a lot of seasons. Dean and Sam have both been through a whole lot. And I'm just wondering what his mindset is now in terms of if you have another actor come in to play a teenage version of Dean or something, what kind of advice would you give now? And then also for Jared, for Sam, what kind of advice would you give someone to play Sam if they were playing a younger version or even an older version? What would you tell them is sort of the key things?
Well, I think when I was talking to Brock, there may have been some alternative motivation behind saying that Dean was a UFC fighter, because I then remember me choking him out.
That's right.
Poor kid.
He's a strapping young buck.
He is, and I was like, listen, let me demonstrate on you what Dean would do to you if you, say, scratched his car. And then at the end, I was like, see, kind of like a UFC fighter. And he took it like a champ. He did. And then Jared comes, he's like, no, you got the hold wrong. Here, what you want to do is you want to arm bar so you almost break the bone. And poor Brock's just like, okay.
I think he texted a couple days later, like, guys, I'm still hurting.
Oh
Sorry,
yeah, no, we bit him up pretty good.
He's a tough dude.
So I don't know if that may have been, I may have been being a little facetious when I said a UFC fighter. But I think, getting back to the real question, the good thing about somebody coming in and saying, hey, can you give me some advice? I can just give them 12 seasons of DVDs and be like, here's your homework, enjoy. Because it would be pretty difficult to kind of give a quick summary of these characters, because we've been playing them for so long. They're so multi-layered that not just them as a character, but the way that they relate to other characters is very, there's a lot of layers there. So it'd be difficult to explain.
I would say Sam, Colin Ford has done a tremendous job, and he's a great dude. But I would say if somebody else were to come in, let's say Sam really tries to do the right thing. He's very pensive. He's very thoughtful. He's not really reactive, but he always tries to do the right thing. For whatever reason, who knows? But yeah. Yeah. Yes, I saw your hand shoot up. I like your shirt. Okay.
The Venator wine.
Yeah, tasty.
Pink Point.
Did you enjoy it today? Share. Yeah.
And do you have any plans on collaborating with them on anything in the future?
Yeah, the honest, boring answer is I own a bar in Austin, and there's a... Drop the mic.
Yeah, bar owners.
But there's a law in Texas that you're not allowed to own a bar and a winery or brewery. There's it's called a 2 out of 3 clause. It's the reason I couldn't invest or
You can't
share.
manufacture and
You can't
be the distributor or the
make
seller.
it. It's like a monopoly clause, and so it was kind of pushing the limit to do the Venator. I got a warning letter from the state of Texas. They forgave me, thank God. But it's going to be iffy. Yeah, but I hope to, because it's a passion. Yeah.
And then my question for Jensen on the family beer business. How's that coming along, and will we be able to buy it outside of Texas?
It's coming along really good. Should be and well.
I almost said that too.
It's we don't have an opening date just yet, but probably the next few months. Hopefully by the time summer gets around, and we'll be good to go. But as far as we haven't locked down any distribution, we're probably going to stay regional for a little while, and it just depends on how well it does. Hopefully we can distribute outside.
However, what a wonderful excuse to come down to Austin.
Boom.
You got it.
Right there in the blue. Yes.
Hi.
She's like, I am wearing blue.
I got blue.
From a little bird that you fear green beans and chia seeds.
Who's this bird? What?
I mean, Catherine.
Well, to clarify, so during the episode that y'all saw where Catherine was wolfing out, we, for some idiotic reason...
No, not that Catherine, the other Catherine. Randy.
Oh, got it.
So, she's not wrong. Listen, I had a traumatic experience with green beans when I was a little kid. And this is maybe a lesson for parents everywhere, but my mother said, you have to stay at the table until those green beans are gone.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And I did not want to eat them. It just, I was a kid. Who wants to eat green beans when you're a kid? Who wants to eat anything green when you're a kid? And so I literally had to stay there. And then, so I waited, thinking that I would, whine my way out of it. And it didn't work. She stuck to her guns, which I'll give her that.
He still thinks he can whine his way out of most things.
Right. And so I ended up having to kind of choke these things down. They were cold now and soggy.
Did you not do the spread around the plate thing?
Oh man, everything. The dog under the table wouldn't take them.
Dog's like, I don't want green beans.
I tried to cut a deal with my brother. I was like, look, what if Josh eats them? And I was like, dude, I will give you like half of my allowance. He's like, nope, I ate mine. So I ended up eating them and like throwing up on the plate. And that was enough for my mom to be like, all right, we're done, go to your room. And I tell that story to my mother, and she of course is horrified. She's just like, I can't believe I did that to you. And I'm like, it's all right, Mom, I'm never eating green beans. And then the chia seeds, they're chia seeds. They're disgusting.
He doesn't want chia pets growing in his temple. He had a
you
nightmare
see
one
what
time.
those things do on the little heads. Why would you want that? I don't get it.
So
There's other ways of getting whatever it is that gives you in nutritious way. No.
So I understand it was Ramdeen, but speaking of Catherine Newton, the episode y'all watched, for some idiotic reason, I blame him, we decided to do a 5-day juice cleanse during that episode. And so, as we watched the episode, I was like, okay, that's where my juice was hidden. Because like, we would just be like, I just need calories. And so the point is that they give you like 6 juices, and you're allowed to have almonds and chia seeds for roughage. You're like, this sucks. Like, this is not fun. It was my first ever juice cleanse, and my last ever, funny enough. But we did it. So you're allowed 6 juices throughout the day.
7.
And I'd get to set, it'd be like noon or whatever, and I would see Jensen drinking his juice, and he'd see me drinking my juice, and he's like, dude, you're not supposed to have that till tonight. I'm like, well, I'm 6 juices in. He's like, you're supposed to be on number 2. I would basically wake up and like shake the juice and have the next one. So
It's not recommended, just in case any of you are curious.
they're very tasty. They'd be a nice addition to different meals. Let's go to the very, very far edge, because we've been right in the middle. That's gonna be you. Did you say, oh, that's bad? Your hand was up. She's like, yeah, oh, don't,
I lost a bet.
Not me. No, this is gonna be awful. That was like a magnetic reaction. As the mic came in, she was like, nah. Great. It's all right.
Okay, so back when Dean was trying to show Sam how to figure out if things were hallucinations with Lucifer and stuff, he taught Sam to press on his hand to see what was like legit. And we've seen that happen a few more times throughout the series, where Sam will just kind of grab his hand when things are overwhelming. And I'm wondering if that's an actual intentional quirk of the character on your behalf. And Jensen, I'm wondering if Dean has any like nervous tics or quirks that we maybe haven't discovered yet.
For my part, thank you. That's a really cool question. I think it was one of those, is it the chicken or the egg? I think the writers had noticed that maybe Jared, while playing Sam, had kind of had a weird nervous tic, and they wrote it in like a great writer will. And so it's not intentional per se, but it's a part of whatever characterization I built for Sam. And so I think there's probably been, in fact, I can think of, in the last couple of weeks, there have been times where I kind of get handsy. It's also weird. It's also difficult sometimes as an actor to like know what to do. I see you on the TV screen. Just because I'm facing this way doesn't mean I can't see you. Look, that's your face. So I think it was a happy accident. Yeah, for me, but it still kind of happens. Well,
I don't know. If you guys haven't noticed them after 12 years, and I'm guessing that I probably don't have any nervous tics at this point.
you go bow-legged.
I
So we were.
do. That's not nerve. That's a confident tic.
We were bowling yesterday, and I think Cliff decided to put me in charge of naming all the bowlers. And so
That's a good idea.
we were with our buddy JJ and his kind of bald driver. And so it was bald.
His Cliff.
His Cliff. So it was Baldy 1, Bowlegs, Baldy 2, Iceland, and Awesome.
And guess who lost? Awesome.
Until my sister showed up and schooled the planet.
Yeah. Let's go over here.
Yeah. Her question is, what type of fanfic do you read? Is it Wincest or whatever?
Hey, everybody's question. It's all
I think
good.
it's none.
Yeah.
Would be the
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah, I'm absolutely 100% sure I don't read fanfic. I don't even know if I'm saying that right.
Read.
Okay.
But you're welcome to say again.
Yelling.
We don't, but feel free to do
Yeah,
peace and love.
whatever floats your boat.
I'm going with there was a hand, it looks like it's holding the ceiling. And it's an interesting way to raise your hand, and that caught my attention. So like this. So I'm going with you. You have the most flexible wrist I've ever seen. I didn't know wrists bent that way, but
It's
it
like,
caught my
it's like
attention.
Nicole Kidman clapping at the Oscars.
Oh yeah.
I was going to ask Jensen.
Oh, there. Was it because I made fun of your hand?
You're on a roll.
Yes. Do you have any more plans for directing more, or how did you enjoy directing?
I think as it stands now, I'm slated to direct one next season.
Hey, got me picked.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yay for me. Do I have to be in the
Whatever, man. You love it when I direct.
I do.
Because I actually take into account, I'm like, all right, let me see how many days I get Jared off. Just really more
may
just,
wanna reword
it
that.
just, it just benefits me. Because I'd be like, okay, let's see how many days I get without him.
Better? You happy now?
Let's be honest.
Your choice.
How about standing up in the back?
It's a question about the original love story.
The original love
So
story.
the original love story, the car.
Yeah.
The car.
It was like, what, Adam and Eve? I don't know. We're going way back.
We haven't
lot of
done that
stories.
episode yet.
I'm sure you guys have a lot of stories with the car. It's an on-screen love and an off-screen love, I'm sure. What's a great story you guys have with the car you can share with everybody?
Oh, man. We've spent a lot of time in that vehicle.
Here's a fun one. JDM, when we drove back, and our trailer park was in the gravel park.
Yeah. So we were doing some
It was the scene where we
drive up and we have a scene.
and Jeffrey
we
Dean
drive
Morgan's
away.
in his truck, and we stop at a side of a road somewhere. We kind of have a confab and chat, and we were shooting that scene. It must have been season 1 or 2.
Yeah, we were on location. We were out by it was a road along water, and
Middle of nowhere kind of thing.
and so we have a walkie in the car so that they can tell us, action cut, all that
Go
kind of
back. Front.
And so they yelled, so they were on the walkie after we did the scene, and we drive away, and they yell, "Okay, cut, that's lunch." So I just kept driving back to base camp or circus, and I get into the base camp area there, and
And we're in a giant kind of like gravel, little pea rocks.
gravel.
Yeah, pea gravel parking lot.
and there's the grip trucks and all the work trucks and the trailers.
The lunch truck.
And I'm just like, donut time. I start throwing that thing into a donut, and I start seeing all of the
Wicked Donuts. And we're seeing people like
dive
waving
out.
and diving. And we're like, that's
I'm like, what's going
why
on?
do they like our donuts?
It finally occurred to me that I was literally shooting rocks
So
like a Gatling gun.
every time the Addison came around and the wheels were spinning, I was like,
I mean, really, it was. It was just like,
I can remember this poor guy. He was a PA that episode. He never came back. It's surprised. He was terrified.
you guys are crazy.
Because I think, presumably, somebody had gone on the radio and been like, John, tell him to stop. And so he's like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to die. And so he's trying to like stop us getting shot with pea gravel. Poor guy. He died.
In fact, just recently, I don't think it's aired yet. Somebody decides to take the car, other than us, and while shooting a scene,
Oh, yeah.
we kind of run out, and the car takes off, and we're like, we get mad, and we get the car back. Don't worry. But when shooting it, I run out, and burn out, like, wow! And I was
like-
I instantly was like, did she just do that? Thinking it was the actress in the car. I found out quickly it was her stunt double.
Who's like
Who's like a pro,
trained in
car
stunt
driver
driving.
kind of thing.
We were like,
But I thought it was
Holy mother of God.
I thought it was the actress,
Oh,
and I
it's a
was
professional-
instantly
yeah.
pissed. Just, like she is not allowed to drive the car anymore.
get your own damn car. Thanks, brother. I'm gonna go. Okay, I'll go right there, second row, second person.
So, are they ever gonna let you guys maybe decorate the bunker? You know, you need like a couch, TV.
Yes, as a matter of
It
fact.
should look so
Decorate the bunker.
like a man cave.
And get a smarter couch in there, maybe some
Yeah.
drapes,
Right.
a nice throw rug,
Change the upholstery.
some throw pillows,
As a matter of fact,
maybe a nice high back chair.
When-
I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
when I let on earlier that we just did something for season 13, that same episode has we add a few touches of our own to the bunk.
That's right.
Yeah, it doesn't look like you guys have a place to like really relax other than your room, like so big screen.
I think these guys are
Well, now
men
you're
of
making
simple
self-conscious
means.
about it.
Yeah, but
I don't think these guys are like throw pillow guys.
no. But you can't tell me Dean wouldn't like a lazy boy and a flat screen and a beer.
Did you read a script recently? You're freaking me out.
We
Have
just
you
need-
been living in my pocket?
Let's just say
Sweet.
yeah.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. That's the bouncing. All right, I'll pick one for Jared. The Moose Crossing sign over there.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can take a break.
And the beanie.
That was for you. Okay. So my
Don't mind if I
question.
do.
Thank you so much. My question is for both of you. So if we were to have like a very comedic episode where maybe there were some witches involved and we had to do a body swap with other characters, which characters would you guys hope to be able to body swap with, and which ones would you never in a million years want to?
Well, the episode Swap Meet, the original script, we swapped bodies. And there was like a dance scene where we're doing like Saturday. I shit you not. I shoot you not. Kid you not. Originally, we swapped bodies, and I guess it occurred to somebody like that's going to be a bit strange. It might turn a bit too comedic or something. I would love to body swap with Ruth. I already do the legs. Check this out. Okay, is it? They're magically delicious.
You know she's Scottish, not Irish, right?
I mean,
She's Scottish. That's an Irish leprechaun.
agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. Or, I mean, I guess I could obviously do Jensen. If,
Also, may want to reword that.
the air's colder down here. Heat rises, huh? Jensen?
I don't want to play this game. I wouldn't mind body swapping with Lucifer.
That could also just be called being possessed by Lucifer.
But wait. But at the same time, I don't think I ever want to be possessed by Lucifer, because then I'd be compared to,
To
Mark
Mark
Pellegrino.
Pellegrino, who's awesome. Yeah.
And I don't ever want that to happen because I think what he does with that character is
Incredible.
is some of my favorite stuff the show has produced. So
we were filming a couple weeks back, and the episode where he kind of gets his chains taken away, and he does that like, feels so good. We watched it probably a dozen times. They're like knocking on our trailer, like, hey.
wait, rewind it.
Hold on. We're watching it. Rewind. It was so good. Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
That's it.
That's it.
They're pulling us.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we'll sit here all day long. If you guys don't want to take pictures or get autographs, or we'll sit up here and answer questions all day. Yeah? I'm just kidding. They're looking at me like, excuse me?
Love you guys. Welcome
All
to
right.
Seattle.
Thanks, guys.